And Kevin here is our social media guy. We'll be on live for a little while, and
then I'll move out. It's on YouTube and
this is a
right
three-fingered sloth. He's two. Three-fingered sloth has 9 vertebrae in the cervical spine between the skull and shoulders, 3 vertebrae of a tail. The two-fingered sloth has only 5 in the cervical spine and no tail. So the 4 missing from here and the 3 missing from there are all between the hips and shoulders of the two-fingered sloth. So you see how many more vertebrae and how many more ribs he's got than the other one does. So this guy has 23 sets of ribs, 46 ribs in all. His arms are longer than his body. His legs are longer than his arms. The other one has arms longer than his body, legs shorter than his body or his arms. This one is built more like a sports car, the other one is built more like a truck. But this would be the kind of sports car that they're pushing across Barrett-Jackson because it ain't ever going anywhere fast. So the three-fingered turns its head 270 around like an owl does. The two-fingered will turn, if this is hips and this is shoulders, he'll turn until his hips and shoulders can be 180 out from each other, facing the opposite direction. So let's get him some breakfast going. And you guys are going to feed all of this sloth this morning. And we're going to cook them some food and chop them some food. But we're going to just start out with some already prepped food because he gets pretty impatient. The smears on the door over there are on his side of the glass. His thing starts at 10. And if I'm not here by 10:01, oh, somebody cleaned the door. Usually there's no smears all over this glass. That's him going, hey, it's time for the thing, let's do the thing.
Let's do it.
And by 10:05 he's in here just beating the heck out of the door like this. So, anyhow. Alright, so this guy is going to eat this morning some zucchini and some yellow squash and some sweet potato and a little bit of a rice and veggie mix.
What's his name?
This is Flash. So, sloths are slow. Sloths are famously slow. But sloths are slow in ways you may not realize that a sloth even could be slow. So, they're slow not only in their movement, they're slow in their digestion, metabolism. This girl's just hopping around until somebody comes to get her breakfast.
Oh, I really love it.
She's
What's her
pretty.
name?
She is not named yet. I bought her last Thursday because we have one out in the breeding pen that will be out of the pouch probably this week. And all of our kangaroos have gone by pairs. So first there was Tom and Jerry, then there was first there was Rough and Tough, then there was Damani and Alora, then there was Rosie and Josie, then there was Tom and Jerry, then there was Ruby and Max. And the one that's coming out of the pouch right now, I only have one coming out, so I went and bought one to be the other one's little friend. And I don't know the gender of the one that's not out of the pouch yet, so we'll wait. We'll give them a pair name like all the other ones have. So we gotta wait till the other one comes out and starts hopping around before we can determine what would be a good name for the two of them. Alright, so he may or may not eat a lot of this. This is his and Zoe's, and he can eat what he wants of this, and then we'll start to give him some other food types. So when he eats, you're gonna just put it straight to his mouth like this. He smells it, doesn't see it, so it takes him a quick hot second there to realize where the food is. And I mentioned how they move differently. This is the way that a two-fingered sloth moves, where a three-fingered would turn its head. See how the two-fingered, his hips are facing like this and his shoulders are facing like that. He can literally rotate till he's 180 out from each other. So this is his breakfast. You're going to give it to him. You can take all the pictures and all the videos you want. Please do. There are no secrets here. So, and I'm going to talk to you some about sloths while you give him his breakfast. And I do more talking during this one, more sloth information. Some of the other ones are overwhelmingly cute, and people don't tend to hear what I say anyway while they snuggle with a sloth. So I do most of the talking with this guy. Just see which pieces he wants. And so the sloths, the reason that sloths are slow, it starts from their diet. So a sloth is eating about 10% of its body weight every single day. But it's eating almost exclusively leaves. In the wild, he's eating about 90% leaf material and about 10% other things. Here he eats about 75% leaf material and 25% other things.
And
So,
is that just to keep the nutrients up that like would be in his normal habitat? I guess?
yeah, if you gave him too much rich food, it would just rip him up. So the sloth, though, because he's eating in the wild about 90% leaf material, leaves are very low in nutritional value, very low in caloric content. So the sloth is working on an extraordinarily limited energy budget. So that is what starts out making a sloth slow, is their diet. The sloth, in fact, is working on such a low calorie budget that he can't even maintain his body temperature. So the sloth's core body temperature will be whatever the outside air temperature is. In the rainforest, daytime high is in the high 80s, nighttime low is in upper 60s, low 70s. So his core body temperature can be 19 degrees Fahrenheit less in the night than it is in the day. So putting that to human perspective, that would be us dropping from 98.6 all the way down to 79.6. Obviously that wouldn't work for us. But that's the way that a sloth rolls. The sloth also can only make milk for its baby. Don't chew my shoelaces, sweetheart. The sloth can only make milk for its babies for an extremely limited period of time. So the sloth, according to which resource you believe, it's somewhere between 2 and 5 weeks that a sloth makes milk for its babies. And most mammals produce, store, deliver milk for their babies. A sloth has no storage. They produce and deliver at the same time. So as the baby nurses the milk, you're welcome to walk over here with us. Oh no, the camera is, people want to watch are welcome to, but this is your experience. That's why I don't even look at the camera or stop to answer questions for anyone on the camera. This experience is about you. Other people are welcome to watch, but this is your experience. Don't worry about what the camera does or doesn't see. Except, don't say anything wildly stupid and get me blocked off of the social medias. But yeah, it's your experience. Don't chew my shoelaces. All right, so makes milks for its babies for 2 to 5 weeks, depending on who you believe. Wikipedia, one of those would tell you it's about 5 weeks. San Diego Zoo, which usually their knowledge base is pretty spot on, says that it's actually gender dependent. And a male baby sloth eats milk for 15 days and a female for like 27 or something like that. So really short period of time anyway you slice it. What are you doing, buddy? Your breakfast is over there, sir. I am his person. I've been with him at least an hour a day for 4 years now. So yeah, I am his person. Yeah, you can stand this close to him too. He likes people generally. So the sloth can't maintain its body temperature. It makes milk for a really short period of time. Now, when the sloth is in the wild and he's up in the trees, he is almost entirely safe from things that would want to hunt him. So the snake cannot find a sloth. A sloth has no sweat gland, scent gland, musk gland, none of that. So there is no natural scent to a sloth. A snake hunts by smell and by temperature gradient. So a snake literally cannot find a sloth because the sloth's core body temperature is whatever the outside air temperature is, and the sloth has no scent profile at all. You give him some of those, he'll really like that. The cats cannot get to a sloth in the top of a tree. The sloth is an upside down animal who generally is hanging from the bottom of the branch. And when the sloth detects motion, his instinct is into the branch, into the branch. So the sloth will be coming out underneath of the branch like this. Get to the end of the branch, when he gets to the end, it's like on down there, right? And the cat is trying to come at him along the top of the branch like this. When he gets to the end, what's he gonna do? And should the the cat press the issue to the point that the branch would break and they both would fall all the way down, because the sloth weighs like 15 pounds, so a much smaller branch can support the sloth than can support an ocelot or a puma or something like that that's going to come and try to get to him. So if the whole mess breaks and falls 100 feet to the rainforest floor, the sloth will almost certainly survive a 100-foot drop, and the cat will almost certainly not. And the sloth will look over at the cat and he'll say, ha.
Yeah, exactly.
Ha. And back up the tree he goes. And the cat will not be returning to the canopy of the rainforest. So the one animal that can get to the sloth in the top of the tree is a harpy eagle. A harpy eagle is really big. It does not rely on scent or temperature or the branch to support it. So a harpy eagle can get to the sloth. And the sloth's defense against harpy eagles is his moss and algae coating that covers him up in the rainforest. More to follow on that. So even though the sloth is safe in the top of the tree and risks his life coming down to the floor of the rainforest where all the large hunting mammals are, the sloth is still going to, what am I looking at here? I have no idea. So the sloth is still going to be in the canopy of the rainforest, but he will come all the way down to the floor of the rainforest to relieve himself. He only goes to the bathroom once in a week or 10 days. 3 or 4 times in a month is all that he goes to the bathroom. When he does come down the tree to relieve himself, he is
I love this a lot.
the kangaroo.
Boat.
Yeah.
You got a sloth up top and a kangaroo at the bottom. Like what?
Yeah. So the sloth comes all the way down to the floor of the rainforest to relieve himself. So that begs the question, why? And scientists sometimes have some stupid ideas on the way to some good ideas, or sometimes not on the way to good ideas. But the first idea on why a sloth comes all the way down to the floor of the rainforest, thank you, darling. Did that go okay?
Yeah, went very well.
All right, and is that all we're doing with them today, Donna? Is that all for them today?
Yes.
They are on YouTube. So hey, if you could bring some colored shirts down, that'd be great.
I will.
Thank you. The first idea on why the sloth comes down the tree is that they're just a neat animal. Watch your elbow there, don't be startled. So the first idea on why the sloth comes down the tree is he's just a neat animal. And obviously that makes no sense whatsoever. He's not going to risk his life because he's the Adrian monk of the rainforest, right? And the second idea on why a sloth comes down the tree is that he is fertilizing his own tree via his waste. Again, stupid idea. If he lets it go from anywhere in the canopy of the rainforest, it's going to land above the root system of the tree, so no net effect. Looks like he really is ready to be held, so we'll just let him come on
Oh
out.
my gosh.
Donna had a news thing this morning. Normally he wouldn't be down here just yet. And when he first comes out, he is hungry. So let's let you give him some breakfast.
So he eats softer things, I guess?
Yeah, he's gonna eat the mix.
Yeah.
All right, and he can either eat out of his dish or you can feed him out of your hand. If you don't mind your hand being wet and him licking your fingers.
I don't.
You don't, all right. So this is what Dash is going to be eating this morning. And you can sit in a chair right here. And there you go. So you can open, you can open up that chair next to her if you like. Let me wipe up where the, you want to hold
I want to do
this guy for a minute and let me wipe up where the kangaroo is just tinkled on the floor.
Oh my gosh.
Watch out, sweetheart. I guess I could be an umpire showing my backside. Well, I've heard that umpires are pretty unpopular right now.
The kangaroos will be this big.
Kangaroo's ready for her bottle.
Oh my gosh.
You guys really have a really nice
It's
place
amazing
here,
place.
and
Thank you very much.
it's just really evident that like everything's taken care of so well.
Well, it's not that many barns that don't smell like a barn.
Right.
Yeah, that's so true. It's beautiful.
Gosh, what are you doing?
All right, sir, you can sit in the chair next to her. Either one of you can give them the breakfast, doesn't matter to me.
It just wants to be right in the action, so cute.
She does.
So cute.
You will hold it on TV, please. Just says for the
So that is Dash. Dash is almost a year old. Dash lives in the house. He comes down at encounter time.
His little face, like. You ready for your food?
Oh, yes.
You gotta feel with your hand.
Just put it in the palm of your hand and just give it to him. If some spills on the floor, it'll be the 25th time of the day that he gets
Oh, he lives
one. Oh yeah, he's ready. Sloths eat about 10% of their body mass every single day. So that guy, the big guy above you there weighs 15 pounds. He's eating like 1.5 pounds a day. That guy weighs 5 pounds, so he's eating 0.5 pound of food a day. Putting that to human perspective, I weigh about 200 pounds, so that's me rolling into Outback and saying, bring me 20 of the 16-ounce porterhouse steaks. That's what I'm going to eat today. Or maybe rolling through the Golden Arches and saying, bring me 70, 80 of those quarter pounders. That's what I'll be eating today. Obviously that wouldn't work for us, but that's the way that a sloth rolls. And then the sloth is only going to relieve himself, as we said, 3 or 4 times a month. And when he does, it's going to be 1/3 of his total body mass. So that sloth is going to drop a 5-pound load when he comes down, between solid and liquid together. Look how much he rotates. See how his, I'm going to give you a little hairdo there. Yeah.
Oh, so you know that was
Do
like.
you want to hand me your phone? I'll get a picture of it.
Yeah.
Noah, the singing barber, actually was down one time to do a haircut in the room and sing while the sloth stuck his hands all in my hair.
Is he gonna do it?
Oh
Yeah, he is. He loves
It's like
hair.
my one thing, I was like, I hope it just runs these little hands through my hair.
Oh, well, he's going to. He's easing up so he can get a little better grab. People online are about to ask, does it want the baby? No, they're not related. You can care less about the baby.
Oh my gosh. You're a little crap. That's a, oh wow, those are insane.
You might want what the baby's eating, but he can care less about the baby.
Don't let him get in your earring though.
Okay. I'll take them out if I need to. This is amazing.
So is this about the same as what the big one's eating, just chopped up, or?
It's a little bit easier to digest, but the big guy's gonna eat some of that here in a minute. And he's like, hey, come on then, let me have some of what the little fella's having to eat right
He
there.
likes it.
Yeah, sloths are entirely solitary creatures. He could care less about the other sloth. He wants what's in your hand.
They're so much softer than I anticipated them. to be.
Right, yeah, they look like they'd be wire as anything, don't
Yeah.
they? They don't shed either. That's a form of energy use that they just don't have the energy budget for, growing new hair.
And so, in the wild, they grow like algae and stuff on them, right? Like moths
Yes,
or.
you can hold your hand up and feed the big guy if you want. You double fist him here. Sloth keepers get to see more than one sloth at a time. Lick the fingers now, I think.
Little tongue.
I bet the list of people who've had a sloth lick their fingers is fairly short.
Yeah, fairly short. Do people cry here all
Yes,
the time?
regularly. We generally don't